Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Jiunn, Seth, John McTavish. How you guys doing this evening?
Doing a talk time.
Time to talk about a poll.
Doing well, man. I mean, I know Espinosa is based out of Florida, but I wish I had an Espinosa, beanie slash toque to wear in this snowpocalypse that's currently coming down.
There you go. So speaking of, we are talking about the Espinosa Crema de Laranja. It is a Toro 6x52. Comes out of the La Zona factory in Nicaragua. It is a barber pole, Ecuadorian, Connecticut, and Brazilian Laranja wrappers by an refillable from Nicaragua, blended by Hector Alfonso. There's no price on this cigar as it is an event-only cigar, but it was released in September of 2020. So with that all out of the way, Jiunn, what was your overall experience like with this cigar?
It was pretty average. I got for how do I put this? I'll talk about like what I got mainly out of it, and then we could do some recap discussions on it, like we typically do. But
Are you too afraid to speak your mind to Hector?
no, it's weird, man. Like I think the wrapper variation really fucked it up for me because at some points I'm like, oh, this is not bad, and other points I'm like, what the hell is this? But so like
Maybe it didn't fuck it up for you, but it delivered exactly what a barber pole should.
maybe, yeah, maybe yeah, I can see that. But like some parts of it, I got like some good, nice sweetness to it, creaminess to it. But in other parts, it was heavily like earth and spice, and like a bunch of baking spices, toasted cedar, roasted like a stale. It's almost like expired stale nuts. You know what I mean? Like dried nuts. That makes sense. But it
Our
kind of
nuts.
flip flopped the whole time of that note of these kind of like either the spice and earth or it's has that sweetness and creaminess mixed in with it. So um, it kind of I don't know. It's smoking too many of these maybe make people a little too bipolar or something. But it was average overall for me.
All right, Seth, what were your thoughts?
Um, I thought it was an average cigar. I do think it does a good job of delivering the contrast flavor profiles of the Laranja and the Ecuadorian Connecticut. Um, it did have this, creamy, earthy, and like some pepper qualities throughout. I also got there's this continuous, um, it's like this sea salted wood quality that I sometimes get with like Cuban tobacco. And it's just I really like the flavor profile, and I kind of got this here and there throughout the cigar, which is enjoyable. Great construction though. I mean the barber pole burnt well.
All right, John, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I think I'm out on a rail by myself here, but I enjoyed it. I thought the contrast between the two rappers was interesting. I think what June and Seth are referring to, I picked up as Corojo. That saltiness and I call it mustiness. There's this like dank mustiness, saltiness that I associate with Corojo that you get a lot out of particular types of Cuban cigars like Hoyda Monterreys, etc. And I enjoy that flavor. And I agree, June. I think it kind of went back and forth. Like, initially I got graham cracker, shortbread, and then I got wood and baking spices. And it's like, those are pretty contrasting flavor combinations. And then I got creaminess, and then I got musty wood, and then I got citrus, and then I got earth.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, okay. I mean,
It was almost hard to write down
yeah.
each third because I'm like, what the fuck am I really smoking right now?
Yeah, it did swing back and forth. And same thing in the second third. Like you started out with creamy shortbread, and then became musty cedar, and then became tannic hay, and then it's chocolate, and then it's earth again, and then the last third. I think it kind of just ran out of steam for me. It was just kind of dry cedar, a little bit of mild cocoa, and a little bit of sweetness and tannins. But Seth was right. The construction of this was pretty phenomenal. Burned very, very straight. Ash held on inch and a half. If you're an ash chaser, maybe this is your cigar. Draw had a slight amount of resistance to it, but nothing really serious. Good smoking time. Aaron, what was your experience like?
Yeah, I thought the cigar had a really nice start. It had a nice combination of different woods, some mustiness and cinnamon that kind of transitioned to black pepper a little bit later. The cigar seemed to run out of gas like after the first third, though, as it was just kind of musty oak, dry wood, black pepper, and kind of maintained that through the rest of the smoking experience. I didn't have the same construction that you guys had. I had a really poor burn. Cigar went out on me 4 times, so it was kind of a not a great experience. So I was curious to see what your experiences were, and you all had good construction. So I may be interested in revisiting this to kind of see if that provides a better flavor experience for me. But I would I'd smoke it again without the bad burn to see if that first third flavor profile would kind of extend maybe a little bit longer. But since it's an event only cigar at the moment, it's probably worth checking out if there's an Espinosa event around you. You want to grab one and see what you think. Just hope for better construction from what you get. All right, let's get into the scores. I'm going to start at the top with John at 6.67. Jiunn was next at 6 even. Seth gave it a 5.85, and I gave it a 5.45. So, John, how'd that 6.67 match up for you?
Yeah, as an Espinosa fanboy, that tracks really well. I enjoyed it. I thought it was different from a lot of what Espinosa puts out there. If I was the nice thing I think is we've smoked event only cigars before, and we've been disappointed. And if you're presenting something that's supposed to draw somebody to your event, you probably want something that's interesting. And I think this definitely checks all the boxes for something that would be interesting for an Espinosa smoker at an Espinosa event, and I enjoyed it. So that matches up pretty well.
All right, Jiunn, 6 even.
Um, I I thought it was mediocre. I didn't enjoy it. I wouldn't say I enjoyed the cigar. We were kind of talking about within the wrapper switching back and forth and kind of feeling like, it switches up constantly. I don't like that. I like progression. I like, build-ups. But even if it didn't do that, I kind of feel like the profile itself is it's very un-Espinosa like, which I don't like. Um, so
That's a compliment.
That's a compliment from you.
yeah, I like most of that Espinosa stuff, man. It's a very distinct profile, but this one doesn't have it in the dichotomy of social back and forth. Like, I don't know, man. It throws me off. I'm not a fan of it. So.
Doesn't have that Espinosa fingerprint.
Yeah.
All right, Seth, 5.85.
Yeah, I mean, I think that lines up. Did I just lose? No, I'm so good.
You're good.
When Coop and I talked about this after I smoked them, and Coop and I agree. If you really like the Espinosa, the crema, I think you'll really like this. But if you're more of a Laranja guy, this is not going to be. It's not going to be enough for you. I think it has too much of crema than it does Laranja in the blend, and that's what I think hurts it for me. But if this is an event only cigar, I wouldn't go crazy. I'd go to the event just so I could see. Well, it depends on who's at the event. I take that back. I wouldn't go there for this, but I think it is a cool pickup. And if you do have if there is an Espinosa event nearby, I mean, just don't do it. Go support Espinosa, but I would definitely get them just for fun.
Yeah, my 5.45 matches up well. I mean, it was an above average flavor profile. I just didn't have the best construction. Otherwise, I'd be up closer to the 6 mark. But it was fine. I would smoke it again just to see what it is like without the burn issues. Just to see if that flavor profile can make it, to the halfway point or through the second, third. Then this would be something I'd come back to. Final thoughts on this from any of you?
Smoke Espinosa every day.
I'm interested what the final band will look like, because I know that we just had the little.
Oh, this was pre-production.
These weren't the final bands.
Oh,
That's a shame, man. They should keep it.
yeah.
I kind of thought about it.
Kind of cool.
I thought it looked like a little cool orange cream
like
soda.
Yeah, like a
Stewart's
retro
kind of thing.
candy or ice cream thing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Definitely takes you back to the 50s, 60s style.
yeah,
Pop shop.
soda pop.
Yep.
All right. If you're just catching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us. Also, check out the full written review on the website, developingpalates.com. Follow us on the social media channels. You can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, so iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.
Smoke Espinosa every day.